Hi guys, we are Scuba for Families. I'm Jasmine.
I'm Tori.
And I'm Lauren. We normally do reviews on dive sites for children, but this time I'm getting dry suit certified in cold water with Dolphin Buddies. Coming up in this episode, we met Kevin The Minion and I learned skills for my dry suit diving experience.
The real question is, how do you know when your child is ready for dry suit diving? Here are some tips from us. Number 1, do they love to dive?
So they have to be passionate about diving for dry suit diving because it takes a lot longer to prepare your kit before you get into the water.
Number 2, do they have a good buoyancy control?
So with most dry suit diving, you can control your buoyancy with your suit by putting air in. Also, you have to be able to control two things at once. So at the surface, you inflate your BCD, but when you go down, you need to control the buoyancy in your dry suit. So can your child multitask?
Of course, we also have number 3. Are they physically fit to handle more weight?
Because you have air around you to keep you warm in dry suit diving, then of course you need more lead to keep you down. So this actually can prove a bit difficult for those not of good physical strength.
And number 4, are they mentally mature enough to not panic?
Dry suit diving, sometimes air goes to your feet and then you find yourself ascending. So the child has to be mentally mature enough not to panic and then to roll up into a ball and dump their excess air through their exhaust valve.
Last but not least, we have number 5. Are they confident in poor visibility water?
Cold water diving can have poor visibility, so a child needs to be able to handle a torch, control their buoyancy in a dry suit, and remain constantly attentive to their buddy. If all of these is a yes, then the child is definitely ready for dry suit diving. We're excited to do our dry suit training in Bosmolenplas in the Netherlands. It has a lot to offer with a lot of marine life and artificial objects. So we're here in the Netherlands, Bosmolenplas, which is a huge lake, and we're going to do our dry suit course. I haven't been in a dry suit for 20 years and Lauren's never done it, so fingers crossed it's going to go well.
Alright, we'll do a surface swim towards the platform so we can use the lights for that.
What kind of things can we see in the Bosmolenplas?
There's a lot of life.
Yeah.
There is a lot of perch, pikes, I prefer luck. And to see a lot of, they call it an underwater attraction park.
Right.
There's a lot of objects, statues, stuff like that.
So here we go, descending to the 6-metre platform. It's Lauren's first local cold water dive, so it's very exciting for her. As she descends, some air gets trapped in her hood. She's not used to wearing hoods, so good training for her. Never forget to equalise, obviously. It's a lot colder waters than she's used to. So before we can explore the lake, we've got to get our buoyancy just right, and we do that by using a fin pivot test so that we can inflate our suit, but not too much, to make sure that we are neutrally buoyant.
As we were diving, we came across this really big minion from the movie Despicable Me. It's basically just a really big tank that they painted. It's really cool though, and he's called Kevin, and he's basically a character from the movie Despicable Me.
So at 10 metres it's around 19 degrees Celsius, which isn't too cold at all. There's a lot of diverse marine life. Here we've got a peach blossom jellyfish. You may be wondering what that red floating device is. That's where I keep my car keys when I dive. Say hello to another diver here. Bosmolenplas is a family-friendly dive site. It's got a lot of fun objects which you can enjoy while you're diving. Here's like a little bar where they leave a bottle of beer to try and open, obviously. It's empty. We were surprised at how good the visibility was. It's fed from an underwater system, so the underwater ground system feeds up through the gravel, because it was an old gravel pit, and so it's a bit like an aquarium. It sort of self-filters. Here you have a keyboard and an old hard drive. So Lauren's been used to online education because of COVID, but now she's finally at school, so this was very entertaining for her to see an underwater setup. There, just came out of the dry suit, completely dry. Dive number 2, instructor water takes us down. We go through this container, got to watch your buoyancy, follow the yellow arrow out. Remember, if you've got too much air in your suit, you can go up really quickly, so you've got to practice dumping the air from your shoulder. This is a replica of the Santa Maria ship that Christopher Columbus sailed. You can tell the water quality is good because there's mussels, freshwater mussels all over the boat. You can even play with the wheel of the boat. Here we're at 12 meters and it's suddenly got a lot colder at 13 degrees. Skill number 2 is disconnecting the air hose. This is the air hose to your suit. You have to do it above surface and with gloves on. It can be tricky, but Lauren managed to do it.
Yes! Yay! Thank you, Dolphin Buddies, for certifying me in dry suit diving.